Viva, viva, viva! People, yo, massive study, massive study, massive study, male, 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 male,
We are with 220. We are with 440. We are with 250. We are with 150. We are with 1135. We are with 1135. We are with 1135. We are with 1135. We are with
The People's Party forward. The People's Party forward. Oh, Papa, we are yo.
Down. Printers and 40,000. Sit down. Caring for the ID. Down. Stop your bravo hustle. Sit down. Regulars register. Down.
Nobody wanna see you sacred.
Nobody wanna see us again. You wanna know the story of our Long live, your dying spirit of Chamanito, long live. Long live. Long live, long live, long live. The fighting spirit of CDC, long live. Long live. Down, down, down. Reactionaries, down. Down. Down, 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 down. Mafia Baka, down. Down. Down, down, down. State-sponsored terrorists, down. Down. Down, 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 down. Murderer, down. Down. Aluta. Well, thank you. Distinguished ideological stalwarts, militants and cadres, ideological gatekeepers, philosophical stalwarts, the defense of the ordinary people's quest. I bring you warm revolutionary greetings from the dungeon of the mass-based political institution that fights in the interest of the vast majority of the Liberian people, the indomitable Martin Coalition for Democratic Change. So, before I go any further, I would like to start off by recognizing the presence of distinct ideologues, stalwarts, gatekeepers, and cadres of the People's Party. I'd like to start off by recognizing the presence of Comrade Melvin David Brown, Secretary General Emeritus of Monserrate County Youth League, now coordinator of Electoral District number 14, Monserrate County.
Forward,
I would also like to recognize the presence of Comrade compatriot Emmanuel, who is now the Vice Chair for Legal and Governmental Affairs of the CDC Monserrate County Youth League. Comrade compatriot, you have my revolutionary honor.
Forward, 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 come on, forward, 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 you guys, yes, forward, forward.
Comrade Emmanuel Battle have been in the fight for the collectiveness of our people. I would also like to recognize the presence of all distinguished adults and stalwarts of the various districts and auxiliary here present. And I would like to go further by recognizing the presence of our Vice Chairperson for Human Resource Development of the Revolutionary National Youth League's National Executive Committee, Comrade compatriot Christopher D. Kenneth.
Mana, wait, no live, he get him, no live.
I would like to recognize also the presence of the Chairman Emeritus of Electoral District number 10, Monserrate County, a retired student general, a revolutionary activist. Now he is the Vice Chair for Inter-Party Affairs of the Revolutionary National Youth League's National Executive Committee, Adilor Gaizon Abbas Davis. My name is Lord Alpha G. Gray, Vice Chair for Operations of the Monserrate County Youth League. I'm not charged with the mantle of authority to recognize two distinguished leaders in our presence. And so I'm going to proceed, and after that, the man who is charged with that fundamental and monumental responsibility will take the revolutionary pedestal and do the necessary introduction of the man who will come here and then bring forth the man who is responsible to give us the message today. Men and women of the press, to be here today once more, as we have converged to send a clarion call to the regime of Mr. Joseph Yuma Boaka for the fact that Joseph Boaka took office on January 22, 2024. The state of our nation has been in a complete disarray. The economy has been taken back in shackles. We are now experiencing one of the worst economic recessions in the history of our country. Since the founding of the Republic of Liberia, we are now experiencing a high rate of inflation in the Republic of Liberia. When ordinary people in the various communities, in the various districts, in the various townships cannot afford to live on $1 per day. You realize the majority of our population, of the approximately 5.2 million people in the Republic of Liberia, majority of them now live below the international extreme poverty line, where people begin to wonder when they will eat, and the eating code has now become 001. In the morning time, many of you journalists like us, you struggle to put food on your table. Many of you journalists like us, you struggle to get tuition and fees to attend the various universities. Many of you journalists like us and other Liberians, you struggle on a daily basis to put food on your table. So at this time, we have come to let you know that this is the end of the illegitimacy of Mr. Joseph Yuma Boaka and his mafia regime. We have come to tell you that it is time that we begin to rise and rally to put an end to the radical rudeness of Mr. Joseph Yuma Boaka and his serial killer Gregory Coleman. Comrades, our state is in depression. On a daily basis, Liberians are seen in the street lying dead. More than 25 human rights violations, have been orchestrated by the Mafia Republic headed by Mr. Joseph Yuma Boaka. 2 days ago, another body was found in Nima County. And today, Another dead body was discovered in one of the towns in Lima County. Secret killing is on the rise in Liberia under the apathetic administration of Joseph Boakai. The police of the Republic, under the leadership of Boakai, is now the engineer of state-sponsored terrorism in our country. We remember back then in December of 2024, the government deployed armed security at the Capitol building in the center of our nation's capital. And in no time, the Capitol building got hit with fire. And the president, Mr. Boakai, the acting president of our country, because he's not the legitimate president, the acting president of our country, Mr. Joseph Boakai, who is a state-sponsored terrorist, he went at the grounds of the Capitol and declared, in the absence of preliminary investigative findings, that it was an arson attack. And today, it is shocking to the Liberian people to see that they have hired criminals from the United States of America, people with tinted carrier, people with tinted records in the great United States of America. They have hired them using the tax people's money or the taxpayers' money. They have come to our country to be able to carry out investigation even after the government has declared the situation as an arson. And they have arrested some of our lead cadres, and today they are placed behind bars at the Monrovia Central Prison. The regime is now treading on the wrong path. Today, we have a 17-year-old boy who was shot by a police officer carrying illegal firearm by the name of Bremer Masale. The police has refused to launch a speeded or expeditious investigation into the matter. And it is to our knowledge, distinguished members of the Fourth Estate, that Bremer Masale is no longer in police custody. Gregory Coleman has engineered the arbitrary release of Bremer Masale, and he has escaped the country, and today nobody knows his whereabouts. So justice has been swept under the carpet. Another young man was brutally engaged by a Chinese national in Congo Town in February of this year. And that man is a victim today, where the Chinese national used security apparatus to waste boiled water or boiled oil on him. And he's a victim. The government or the regime has already swept that other case on the carpet, and today he cannot get justice. His families continue to cry on a daily basis on the back of the regime, declaring that they need justice, but they cannot get justice. Under the apathetic administration of Mr. Boakai,
viva, 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 OPL, the Mozambique, viva,
viva,
Zayo, take Mozambique, Zayo.
Under the apathetic administration of Mr. Joseph Boakai, today our country is experiencing a chaotic environment. Liberia is extremely chaotic. People are now living in a state of fear and pandemonium. People can no longer move freely. The motorcyclists' rights are being trampled upon. And today we saw the mammoth appearance of over hundreds of ideological men who are dedicated to protecting the state and its judicial system. They march in the streets of Monrovia demanding the regime to ensure that they have justice and freedom. I'm not charged with the responsibility to go into the message. So I'm going to stop here, and I will use this opportunity to introduce our vice chair for Inter-Party Affairs, Garrison Albert Davis, who will now take the podium and drag us through and bring in forth the next messenger to give us the message. Thank you so much.
Thank you, comrades. Time is fast spent. We want to quickly welcome all of you, men, and the only lady here of the prize to the Maurice Grumman Conference Hall. This is a revolutionary hall. You know, as I listen to the battle cries, most especially the one that was being led by Emmanuel Bodo, that goes by the pen name Crown Monk. You know, our critics refer to serious man, ideological young men and women of the Youth League as battle cries. Men and women who graduated on some of the best schools in the world. They can then look and say these are battle cries. But we take pride in that. But one very funny looking youth league, a puppet youth league, was somewhere around the country recently, and they tried to copy us, our program. And I look at them and laugh. I say, these are the guys who call battle criers. But they do that because they admire us. They love us. They love our songs. That's the reason they copy our song and take it to their occasion. But we have no issue with them.
No issue with
They are copycats. We don't have issue. They are welcome to copy us, to copy our beautiful songs and sing it for their occasion. That is welcome. So I think you listen to Alpha, he outlined many ills that have been perpetrated by this government. And the CDC stands ready. When we engaged with the last time members of the press, we were clear that one of the fundamental resolutions from our retreating battle was to take on the government. And we'll not be taking on the government in conference rooms. We are taking on the government in the streets. This Jubilee is sophisticated enough. The government cannot withstand this Jubilee. Alpha Gray, just an executive committee member of a county, when he writes, the government trembles. The government is frightened. An auxiliary under the Jubilee called the CDC Council of Patriots is being discussed and considered in security meetings. That's an authority that operates under the guidance and ambience of the youth league. So why more if the youth league comes out officially under the instruction, under the mandate, under the stewardship and command of Liberia's most powerful young men? That will be the end of this government. But as we have said, this year is a year of resistance. We are tired of press conferences. Yeah, we'll have press conferences routinely throughout the course of this year. But most of our action will be in the streets, and we are clear about that, very clear. That's the reason we did not mince our wars. We did not mince our wars. We said we stand with the motorcyclists. We instructed the leadership of Monserrato to work along with the motorcyclists. And you saw it for yourself today, Liberians. Both in Liberia and in the diaspora. You saw it for yourself today. The youth league is not surrendering. We are moving to engage this regime. A lot has been said. We are not the messengers of today's occasion. But before the messenger takes this podium to deliver the message of the Jubilee, it is an honor and distinct revolutionary privilege to recognize the presence at today's press conference of the nation's most powerful young man, a retired student leader, a graduate of the University of Chicago, the Chicago trained public policy expert, a renowned advocate, and a man who commandeers the majority of the young people of the Republic of Liberia. Our National Youth Chairman, Chairman Emmanuel Moba Johnson alias Papa Nito. Papa Nito, yo, Papa Nito, Papa Nito, yo, Papa Nito. Our chairman, the chairman, masses, baton, lonely, Papa Nito. Amanda, away you. Like we said, time is fast spent. I'm honored. Members of the media, to invite on stage the former public relations officer of the Youth League, now vice chair for Operation and Political Education, a retired student general, the leader of the FISMA 4th generation, Comrade Adelaw, Abinesen Fidel Castro Wisse, who has been mandated by the full bench of the National Executive Committee of the Youth League to communicate.
Forward, shake me, just say forward.
To communicate our position in relation to today's protest. We inform you that we're standing with the motorcyclists. They took to the streets today to protest. It is important that the Youth League provides its position currently as the situation stands. So the men that is charged with our responsibility has been mandated by the full bench of the Youth League. It's no other person but Alvin C. We said,
Wait.
now we take the podium
Yo, Fidel Castro, yo, there yo, Fidel Castro, there yo, Manda, Luta, Joe, get up, Joe, Vamos cantar, vamos filhar, vamos cantar, vamos filhar, macabra, vamos nessa, mon cabe abimu, que era Joe, vamos filhar, Bob, cabra, vamos nessa, mon cabe filhar, que era Joe, Papa de babo, papa mon conide, si a bongo, 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 Amanda, away to Amanda. Comrades, commissars, revolutionary combatants, intellectual gladiators of our movement, members of the Grand Forces and Honored Affairs, comrade, Chief Commissar of the Youth League, and Chief Convener of the Revolutionary Indomitable National Youth League of the Mali Congress for Democratic Change, by extension the Coalition for Democratic Change, comrades and members of the full bench of the Revolutionary National Youth League, Executive Committee of the Indomitable Mighty Congress for Democratic Change, distinguished leaders of the National Executive Committee of our party, ranking from the hierarchical order of our movement, the political leader and the presumptive president, Excellency President George Manawiya, political leader and presumptive president of the Indomitable Mighty Coalition for Democratic Change, President of the Republic of Liberia. Permit me to also bring you one fraternal felicitation to the man who presides over the chairmanship of our movement, the tripartite sections of our movement, Comrade Commissar Augusto Jangako, and in extension, I would like to bring you one revolutionary greetings to the Chief Commissar who presides over the National Secretariat of our beloved institution, the Youth League Chairperson Emeritus, and concomitant Chairman and Secretary General of the Indomitable Mighty Congress for Democratic Change, by extension the Coalition for Democratic Change. Comrades, like we have often said, the history poses absolutely no threats when there's no solutions. Today, before going history, we have come to testify When we learned few years ago, few months ago, or a year ago about some catastrophic decision that would have plunged our fragile democracy in a state of backwardness, anarchy, destitution, and disaster. And yesterday we said these things because we know what we say and we say what we know. And we argue that we will not alter the facts of history and dwell on the attributes of a different and new democratic dispensation that will alter and assassinate the Constitution and murder the democracy in the hands of anarchists and chauvinists. And so when we saw the masquerades of the few chauvinists and the recidivists, criminal recidivists, parading themselves, of course, they were purporting to be the sophists of our time, purported political elite, and they were just beating that they have the master understanding of governance and politics. Today, comrades and friends, what is now befalling our nation is that Liberia's fragile democracy is at the brink of democratic collapse. The state is in free fall. The naked dictator Mr. Bwaka and his cohorts and co-adjutors are bent to carry this country back to the 14 years of brutal, devastating civil unrest and civil crisis. But one thing that is very clear and conspicuous here in the terms and age and dispensation and epoch of this political season is that there's one thing that is constant, and that thing that will rejuvenate and resurrect the democratic construct of our country is the only conscious movement, the first line of defense of this country and the party, the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Indomitable Mighty Congress for Democratic Change. And so we refuse this time to be victims because we too will be perpetrators of history. And so we say to you quickly, the Coalition for Democratic Change, Revolutionary National Youth League, Banners Compound, Todman Boulevard, Congo Town, Monrovia, Liberia. Press statement for immediate release, March 2025. The Revolutionary National Youth League of the Indomitable Mighty Congress for Democratic Change salute the fortitude and the gallantry of the Supreme Motorcycle and Tricycle Union of Liberia for the peaceful and organized assembly today and demand of justice for the death of their colleagues and the unconstitutional lifting of the ban on motorcyclists. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the folk estate, the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Indomitable Mighty Congress for Democratic Change appreciates Montserrat Youth League of the CDC for the support to the Supreme Motorcycle Association as mandated by the National Executive Committee of the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Indomitable Mighty Congress for Democratic Change. And all sympathizers that stood in solidarity with the motorcyclists today in what was just the beginning of a series of mass democratic resistance to the dictatorial and draconian and barbaric policy imposed on motorcyclists in Montserrat by an octogenarian and absent-minded president in Mr. Bwaka through his death squad, Police Inspector General, the reactionary, backward, hostile social force, Gregory Como.
Reactionary tendency.
Abbas.
Reactionary tendency.
Abbas.
Gregory Como.
Abbas.
Comrades and friends, the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Indomitable Mighty Congress for Democratic Change re-emphasize its unwavering commitment to the stand he has taken and will do everything to stand on the side of the conscious motorcyclists in bringing to justice the unprofessional police responsible for the death of their colleagues and the unconditional lifting of the ban on struggling motorcyclists in Monrovia and its environment. Comrades and friends, the gross insensitivity and callous flagrant disregard and crackdown on the ordinary motorcyclists who are struggling to find food for their families by the rebel police director Gado Como is completely unacceptable and further demonstrates the inability of the Unity Party government to properly steer the affairs of the state and its people.
A man down.
Where to?
A man down.
Where to?
Fellow Liberians, amid the massive unemployment, the commercial riding of motorcycles has become a safe haven for the vulnerable young population who sees this as a means of survival and temporary employment. Comrades and friends, distinguished members of the press, no serious government strides while disregarding the employment of young people who make up about 60% of the country's population. Whether in the formal or informal sector, the government must provide protection and means of employment for young people and attempt to deviate from that creates a volatile society that is susceptible to chaos, animosity, and unsafe environment. Furthermore, distinguished ladies and gentlemen and members of the folk estate, information on our domain suggests that the regime puppet in one buccaneer and juvenile kleptocrat, John F. Kenyon, who works at the National Port Authority as an assistant director for logistics, purporting to be the president of the Motorcycle and Tricycle Union of Liberia, has connived with the rebel police director Gregory Como to surreptitiously bury the 3 motorcyclists killed by the police last week in Monrovia, including the death of an innocent soul at the Gabriel Tucker Bridge in Vatam. Let me repeat, information on our domain suggests that the regime puppets, juvenile, reactionary backward kleptocrat in John F. Kenyon, who works at the National Port Authority as an assistant director for logistics, purporting to be the president of the Motorcycle and Tricycle Union of Liberia, has connived with the rebel police director Gregory Como to surreptitiously buried 3 motorcyclists killed by the police last week in Monrovia, including the death of an innocent soul at the Gabriel Tucker Bridge in Vatam.
Reactionary tendency.
Abbas.
Reactionary tendency.
Abbas.
Reactionary tendency.
Abbas.
Don't care.
Abbas.
Don't care.
Abbas.
Apostle of disorder.
Abbas.
Apostle of disorder.
Abbas.
Comrades, this tabula rasa and neophyte in John K.O. was a part of the death squad led by Meton Blai, alias General Bondeke, to murder the 3 innocent boys who were reported to have drowned while walking with St. Moses. Luther Tapel, who is the board chair of the National Port Authority and the leader of the deadly armed robbery squad that uses motorcycles to rob citizens and innocent motorcyclists at night.
A man down.
Where to?
A man down.
Where to?
A man down.
Where to?
Down, 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 down. Mafia regime down.
Down.
Down, 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 down. Armed smuggler Gregory Como down.
Down.
Down, 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 down. Illegal firearm carrier Gregory Como down.
Down.
Luther.
Meanwhile, comrades and friends, the Unity re-emphasizes, reaffirms, and affirms its categorical, non-negotiable 7 pillars, particularly the lifting of the ban on all motorcyclists plying the main streets of Monrovia, effective immediately, or the government should be prepared for unspecified consequences as we will continue to stand in solidarity
with innocent and vulnerable motorcyclists across the land and breadth of this country.
Say yo, it's time to rise and rally. Say yo,
Say yo.
say yo, the mafia must fall. Say yo,
Say yo.
say yo, any tyranny in Liberia. Say yo,
Say yo.
And so as part of the solidarity march and movement, there were young men and women who participated in standing alone on the side of the progressive motorcyclists. The leaders of different Liberian citizens from the Liberty Party, the Unity Party, the ANC, those who are not in the government bureaucracy or in the private sector, including the CDC COP, for standing on the side of the motorcycle. History will be calling you on the red foot trajectory. Salute to you and salute to your courage. And so in conclusion, comrades and friends, ladies and gentlemen, members of the folk estate, the Youth League wants to call on all civil society actors and human rights defenders to unconditionally demand the lifting of the ban on motorcyclists. We repeat, the Youth League is calling on all civil society actors and Liberians in general to demand the lifting of ban on motorcyclists, the prosecution of one officer, Buema Masale, who murdered 17 years old Talking Tom in Buroville, and call for justice for the 3 motorcyclists that were killed by the rebel police commander and chief patron of police violence and state-sponsored brutality in Gregory. We call on young people, as we have reactivated ourselves in bases and different movements across this country and sympathizers of the Youth League, to remain united as we collectively resist the tyrannical leadership of Mr. Bwaka and his field Unity Party, who are determined to derail the monumental gains made over the past 6 years of returning Liberia democracy on upward trajectory under the auspices of His Excellency President George Weah, President Emeritus of the Republic of Liberia, concomitantly political leader of the Indomitable Mighty Congress for Democratic Change. So, document issued on the 3rd day of March 2025 by the mandate of the National Executive Committee of the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Indomitable Mighty Congress for Democratic Change. So, and so, comrades, we now conclude this press conference and say to you, Viva!
Oh, Congress never down.
Never, never, ever,
Never down.
ever.
Oh,